I love the Feast of the Presentation of the Lord because it points out two really important things, I think. One is how God is faithful to his promises. Imagine Simeon waiting his whole life for God to fulfill the promise that he would reveal to him the Savior. It's remarkable. And then it comes at near the end of his life. And finally, a man of persistent faith. He never, ever gave up. He said, now let your servant go in peace. Your word has been fulfilled. So what a great witness of his persistence of faith. I also love the Feast of the Presentation because it points to something really important. And it points to the wisdom of God. Okay, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Well, what do we learn about what happens here? So here Mary is, she goes to the temple with Joseph. And how is Jesus presented to the will of the Father? How is his whole redemptive mission? It's through the hands of Mary. Mary lifts him up. And why I love this so much is because it points to the power of consecration to Mary. Whenever we put our lives in her hands, we are imitating the very life of Jesus. And he found it so pleasing to offer the whole mystery of redemption that was really being announced in a special way at this moment. Because the prophet Simeon said, this child is destined to be a sign of contradiction and a light of revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of her people Israel. But then he turns to Mary and says, the sword will pierce her own heart. And so we have a lot going on here. He's saying, Mary, you are going to be involved in redemption, in the mission of this baby, this child, in such an intimate way that your heart will be pierced as his will be. So never let us forget how intimate Mary is in being united to the mission of her son. And so let us imitate the wisdom of God, put ourselves in Mary's hands like the baby Jesus, and let her lift us up to the will of the Father. She only does one thing, and that is the will of God. And the more we live this disposition every day, and this kind of trust in Mary as Jesus did, we will see that we will always be found doing the will of the Father.